against LGD.
I kind of like their last pick more.
Yeah.
I'm going to favor them.
I like their draft for sure. I think what we saw in game one is LGD in terms of execution are definitely on point. They've come to TI with plenty, as every team has, with a lot of preparation, and really looked very polished. So I think even with maybe a drafting deficit, as at least we see, this is still going to be a tough game for Empire to win.
Yeah, I'm not very sure about the Leshra. Oh, I haven't seen it a lot, so
TI5 again, is that what this is?
I'll reserve my judgment after the game. It does have a lot of like synergy with Conquer, and they both have spells to set up your split off. That's what you want. Leshra. Want someone else to be able to set up so you can land your spells, do your damage. And so what does LG?
They plan to do some shenanigans at
It's gonna
bottom.
pull the creeps.
Yep, this is something we've seen a lot out of LGD. And LFY as well, they love to send their offlaners into the trees, tuck them in, pull a creep wave or two. Some teams started sniffing this one out, like they'll send their, they'll just start scouting out all the trees.
You can't do it every game because it's not a reliable way of playing off lane. You want to do it once in a while, once in a blue moon, catch your opponent off guard. But if you're doing it every game, it's not gonna work. And Empire here trying to contest the rune.
Will they be successful? Lesh will stand his ground for now. Gets the Kunkka to back him up.
Oh,
so.
Skewer, can he get him?
Oh, top lane, you're watching. Oh,
Watching
I was like, which rune are you watching? There's a fight at 3 of them. Uh-oh, he could be in some trouble here on the Magnus.
Yeah, he's fine. He's fine. He's just trying to waste as much time.
So didn't go for the creep wave pull. Instead, went for some rune
went for the
shenanigans.
rune.
He saw the. I guess he saw the supports. So he knew he could go for the rune. He's going to now go for the TP out.
Oh,
Damage.
the damage was real there, but he was able to get out. But he does not have a self.
Victoria's there. He's like, okay, my Magnus didn't pull the wave. I'll pull the wave for him.
Yeah, this is something that LFY do a lot, like Afu for Inflame.
Yep.
If he can't really contest the lane, can't really do much for his offlaner, this is what he does. Pulls the wave, jugs it all the way back to the tier 2.
Roger's trying to mess with it.
High
Pulling,
spleen.
pulling the Ancients for this wave. He's like, oh yeah, you want to pull this wave to your offlaner? Let's see about that. Let's kill some Ancients together.
That was well played by Roger. That was a really good move there.
Yep, he can now try and deny some of these.
Gets the last hero.
Seriously watching here. Overcomes the Magnus perhaps. Still going to be a wave for 11 to farm. The key thing is you can't get two. If you get 2 waves to meet up between the towers, then not only does 11 get these last hits, but he starts denying creeps as well.
Yeah, and he's gonna get the next wave back to his tower as well because he last hitting her.
He can pull the wave back. So by just pulling it, yeah, he still gets last hits, but you make sure he doesn't pull it to a creep wave.
So far right now, both the offlaners somewhat getting decent farm, decent Magnus and Void. Yes, mid lane.
Lesh is struggling.
Yeah, I think this matchup should Razor. I'm not a mid player, but this matchup should be Razor favorite.
Oh, for sure. I mean, it's not the old school Lesh where you max Lightning Storm and it does 600 damage per hit, and you kill an entire creep wave with one use. You know, it's very different Leshrac these days.
Yep, and you have to worry about like a potential Spirit Breaker charging at you. He's gonna be charging bottom.
Not going to cancel. They want this kill. They want this first blood. They get the chilling touch out as well. Rezo taking tower hits, needs to be careful. They're going to take it off, and 11 barely goes down.
That was very, very good from Empire. I didn't think they would have gone for the kill.
No, I thought it was going to be a cancel charge as well. Roger has another chance to get out of here. He's got the Arcane Rune.
Because the Spirit Breaker was still level 1. If he was level 2, I could understand. But still, Empire making the right read there, knowing their limits. It's gonna award them the first one.
The early game they killed both Rezo and the Ancient Apparition, getting very low from the tower hits, but survived.
All in all, right now, so laning wise, both the offlaners getting somewhat similar. But mid lane, here comes the Kunkka.
He's got 100 stolen damage. FN doesn't want to turn, knowing those Leshrac spells will be coming up soon. If he gets hit by another stun, could be in some trouble.
Yeah, they need to somehow help the Leshrac. Not doing so well in the laning phase. I think at some point they might have to
down to 11 degrees. He is likely in trouble. Does skewer himself out of the cold feet, but he gets bashed. Roger. Coming out big.
This lane is not going too well right now for Death's info. And comparing him, he is actually having quite a okay time. Level 4. Extra last hits. Magnus like 2 last hits more.
Killing some bounty runes, getting XP out of it.
Yep, and looking at the 2 supports from LGD, so they are focusing on helping the mid lane right now.
Yes.
Like I said, because Ash is really struggling. Help.
They've definitely changed this lane a little bit. Even just throwing a torrent into Split Earth. FN's being forced to bring out multiple salves now because he keeps getting harassed.
The thing is, I kind of expected this. They actually just ran over and there was a ward that's helped.
If FN wants to bait this one, or if he will just hug his tower.
Can he bait though? That's
TP's, well, not really there. AA could TP in from base. The charge is coming out onto Yao. Or will be for FN to charge forward. They are being very patient. They're going to go for the kill now. Here comes the charge. Yao does not get the Fortune's End off. You revealed there was a ward, but
yeah, they know now. They know there's a ward.
Save his life. Well, the ward actually expired, so they may be even incorrect about that one, as they may look to de-ward it.
Yep. So far things are looking good for Empire. 3 kills on their side. Being secured by his supports rotating. And right now, they're gonna try to pressure this Parablade.
Charge coming up. Don't think they can get this kill. Looks like just to be some harass, but maybe with some lucky bashes. We'll see how they go.
Double bash.
Who's gonna get the bash? Neither of them, unfortunately. Ghostic will time walk his way out of there, and Terrorblade will salve up.
That's still gonna allow the Breaker to place the deep walk down. So, all in all, a good move by Roger here. Breaker giving the Void vision.
He wasn't expecting a kill. It's more like, hey, if we both get our bashes off, we might actually get this kill. But hey, they don't really mind.
What do you mean if, when you're playing Spirit Breaker, you're going, you're just gonna try. I'm gonna get that bash.
Yeah, but the Void didn't believe. He's not one with the 17%. He's only got that 15% right now.
Speed up. The X up. It's too much damage there. Yep. Pulse Nova level 6. That's right, that's so
getting
much
very
damage.
low. Luckily for him, there is no charge as of yet. Gets away.
Oh, can he get the flux off?
There is no shrine to use, and 11 could get chased down here. Resolution does get the flux off.
The courier! Oh.
Close. That was Magnus's boots, it looks like.
So, when that was happening, LGD, they're able to force down the tier 1 at top.
Yep. Can they get more? They've still got Metamorphosis, they've got Edict, but
nah,
I don't think so.
Ending.
They'll chip at the tower, but like you say, unlikely to actually get this one. If anything, Terrorblade wants to be careful being this close to enemy tower, and it's all about being careful. Ghostic is going to go aggressive, TP in from AA with the charge from Spirit Breaker. Ame.
Oh, he has no point save for Sunder.
He's going to buy out his items. Could not get Sunder off. Here comes the potential revenge, and AA Miposhka will throw away his life. Ghostic just does not want to get caught by an X. If he gets X, he gets torrented, he gets Split Earth, he will likely die.
There was like some indication there by LGD. Because the way you see the Parablade was being so far. Wait a minute. Charge.
Charge in. Rotation from Razor a little bit far away for the time being. Roger perhaps looking for a bash. Here comes the return. I don't know if this will end up well. FN is in the neighborhood. Will be looking to fight this one. Finds Yao off to the side. FN with the link here and do a lot of damage. The plasma field will finish him off. Gets disarmed. Just a 1-for-1 trade there, so not all too bad. That could have gone a lot worse for LGD, I feel.
Oh, bottom lane, 11.
Okay, it is going a little bit worse for them. They do lose.
Yeah, this
Magnus.
It's gonna be a nightmare lane for Armorden. So much level.
Be back. Oh, scout this one. Oh, it's being pinged. Ghostic has Chrono. He still dies. Maybe he's still alive here. Oh, okay, are they going to chase him down? Plasma field, it's still on cooldown for now. Leshrac is probably like, holy cow. What did I TP back into? It was just that. A giant raging cow waiting for him. He's
fine. He's gonna get a TP.
He doesn't have a TP. He just TP'd home and got X back in. He can't TP.
Oh no.
They're gonna follow the breadcrumbs towards the shop. Now the range creep even finds him. Oh god, the plasma will finish him off. Well,
Okay, so
that's some Dota 2 stuff happening.
all in all, there was a Chrono expanded, and they traded one Kunkka, the Void going down for the Kunkka and the Metamorphosis off cooldown. Let's see whether they are gonna prep either the tier.
Yeah.
He's gonna try and meta and farm.
Like,
He's gonna do that.
okay, farming even with Chrono down. I guess he just feels like, well, I may as well just not. You don't have to worry about getting ganked as much now.
Yeah, and I think a lot of when pro players talk about, they want to use it as much as they can, not only just to pressure towers. When using it to farm, it's like pretty much like you get more out of it. Try not to save it too much. Some players, they are gonna be like, oh, what if a fight happens? And I use my meta to farm.
Comes the rotation mid, just an AA.
He was playing pretty far forward, but he got his level 6, so
Yep.
that's all he needs right now. Chronosphere in 35 seconds. Edict's gonna demolish the tower if they don't make any rotate.
Arc Warden does not have a TP currently. Brings one out on the courier. This is important even just for sending his Tempest double to the mid lane to defend. Charge will go onto Yao, likely to be cancelled with the full-on LGD retreat, and if do so, pick up the regen rune. Things will probably settle down. I wonder, I don't know if they saw the Metamorph get used. Perhaps if Empire know that, they're going to be more inclined to go for a fight now, but they may be anyways because they have got Chronosphere back up. Also importantly, they do not have Spirit Breaker's level 6 yet, but that could be coming soon with the, I think the 10-minute tomb was just bought, or likely to be bought.
Yeah, it's out now, so Spirit Breaker will have his level 6. And for LGD, they are not as ready to make any moves to fight now, because meta is down, no RP, so they are much more on the defensive side right now. They look at their supports, because they can't do anything, they're just camping around their cores. Oh, they're actually still trying to smoke here without their... Okay, so they don't have meta, they don't have RP, but they still want to smoke here.
They have Ghost Ship, so it's, if they catch someone with an X, Torrent, Ghost Ship, Split Earth, there's a lot of damage. That right there is going to be close to 1k damage on a single target, so it does feel like they could kill even Resolution, as tanky as he is. And this is one of the tankier carries to run, 1300 hit points.
He's making the right move, he's reading it.
He's out of there. So just go find somewhere peaceful to use his Midas.
Of course.
Gets the double Midas off, he gets out of there, dire scan, finds no one, and at this point LGD probably realized, hey, let's just take the free tower, we're going to trade, we won't get the kill which they were hoping for.
Well, meanwhile, they tried to snipe the Oracle immediately with the charge and the Ice Blast, but not connecting there. So in the end, it's going to be a 1-for-1 trade, 1 tower apiece. FN still decides to TP down. Okay, he's alone here.
Oh, TP to the tier 1, that was...
Yeah, that was risky, so but he did not get punished. LGD were like out there after taking the tier 1, and right now they have all their, they should have all their spells up. Yep, Metamorphosis is up. Bolt is still available. How far off? Oh, he's really far off from his dagger on the map.
He's died quite a few times. I feel like last game he was dying but maintaining good farm. This game, he's just died solo to the Arc Warden a couple times. Much tougher lane that we're seeing this time around.
Mass of Madness, Terrorblade. I mean, I know everyone's been buying, oh, top lane, charge, Ice Blast, see you later.
Yep. It is, you know, it actually started with this guy here, Ame. He's been the Mask of Madness buyer.
Even in my pubs, I've been seeing a lot of Mass of Madness, like Luna, Drow.
Ame goes it on every carry hero he plays from what I've been seeing. He's so comfortable with this item.
Let's see, I've never seen a Mass of Madness Terrorblade. This is a first for me. So it's gonna speed up his farm, he's gonna be able to... I guess with Oracle on your... kind of protected in some ways, and the Kunkka.
Yep.
So you're not gonna be punished as hard.
And once you've got your Metamorph with your illusions out, the only issue with silencing yourself is whether you need to use Sunder, but you can kind of maybe make a judgment call. If you're safely sitting back doing damage, you pop the Mask of Madness. If you're in the middle, you probably don't.
Oracle is there, because the duration of the level 1 is 8 seconds. Level 1 Force Promise is 8 seconds.
Yep.
As long as your Mask of Madness. So I think all in all, you should be able to pop your Sunder off every time.
Yeah. Yeah. One of the cool things in the late game is also you can disassemble it and get Butterfly with Satanic, which is very common items to have on the carry in the late game.
Charge? Oh, Ice Blast not connecting. He's gonna need like
Had an ulti coming up soon, but he didn't go for it.
he's gonna need like bash luck if he wants to go for that kill. But right now LGD, so they're going to try to still stack Ancients, and the other 3 men are always gonna be there trying to set up kills. This 3-man squad. Like when you play Dota, sometimes you see team like they split their team in 3 and 2, like 2 packs. The other 3 is always going to be looking for kills. The other 2 is going to be constantly taking up space wherever they can. This 3 is trying to just distract the enemy because the Magnus needs time to farm his Blink. Terrorblade on the other hand needs a lot of items in the middle. Top lane.
Oh boy, the X damage is gonna be there. He did spend his money, but
he bought his mask on Magnus before dying.
it's the initiation talking about. Catch someone with the X, the follow-up damage is very formidable. Does feel like we're gonna enter a kind of farming game. Both teams kind of avoiding the big team fights, trading towers a bit. Arc Warden getting very fat, but similarly LGD also getting farmed.
Every time this kind of situation occurs, I would prefer to be on the Arc Warden team. Because I think Arc Warden, when you get your farm, it's like, and the enemy doesn't have the right heroes to deal with you, you're basically like gonna crush everyone. And this is the kind of game that I feel Arc Warden can actually do that.
Smoke up from Empire. They're going to send Arc Warden bottom though, so he has a TP scroll but does not smoke with his team. This will make it less obvious because he does reveal himself bottom. Meanwhile, the Chronosphere is fishing, looking for a kill. 11. Oh, he's... Oh, he gets away.
Charge? Can they get the vision?
Doesn't look like it. Oh, he's behind the trees. Fortunate positioning from Magnus.
That was going to be so bad for LGD if he died. He was 300 gold away from his dagger.
That's the reason LGD they're pushing towers, but they're not able to smoke or take team fights because they really need this Blink Dagger to do anything major.
Yep. I mean, so far right now, the Lashrak has completed his Bloodstone. BB is working on his Manta. I mean, they basically need the Blink the most right now in this stage of the game. Once they have the Blink, they're going to be able to siege the towers. TB Atomorph Tower, and then the Magnus will be like hiding around the tree somewhere, looking for an RP opportunity. That's the kind of game that LGD wants to play. And then once the enemy can't really fight you, they're going to try and split push, and then you can use the X mark. Someone TPs to a lane to push out a lane and X mark and pull him back. Yeah, they're gonna do a lot of this kind of stuff when they get their Blink on the Magnus. Play their group up, Dota.
They've got it. They've got the money for it at least, not the Blink in hand just yet. Empire have to be expecting this 16 minutes in.
I got a little confused when you say hand. I'm like, what? He's going for a hand of Midas?
Oh no, he's got...
like, no, not this game.
Not in hand, but coming on in courier fairly soon, I can imagine.
So right now, can LGD? I think LGD can actually make a smoke soon.
There's a BKB on FN then, though. That's going to be a really big teamfight item.
But they can still kill him. They have so much physical damage on the TB, like Empower TB.
Does mean if he gets caught by an X, he has an escape. But like you say, yeah, there is ways to deal with him with TB Metamorphosis. Likely we'll see some kind of armor item come up next for FN.
And this is the kind of game like the Void and the Magnus. Both of you do not want to be the person going first. You want to be the second hand. Because whoever goes first will get... the other person that goes second will get a bigger ultimate than the first guy. So you want to wait for, like, say, the Spirit Breaker or the Kunkka to start the fight.
Yep. And Kunkka is probably the better, more suited of the two to actually do that reliably.
So they smoke with the dagger. Oh, is he going to do a random? Oh, he got it!
Oh, the Chrono. You talked about the second ulti. It's the bigger of the two. Catches out 3. The save is there from the Oracle. Yao keeps Victoria alive. Has put a ghost ship. Victoria, you may just want to throw this one. He does do so. Applying the aura to some of his team. Spirit Breaker getting bursted down. Maybe his damage output.
Gosh,
too much to deal with here. That Lash hurts.
Pulse Nova plus Diabolic Edict just shredded the two supports. So it was a trade between an RP for Void Chrono and 2-for-1 trade, so favorable trade for LGD. Let's see if they can actually transition into a tower objective.
And you're right about the second ulti being bigger, but what Empire did not have was damage. Leshrac at this point dishes out massive damage around those ultis, whereas Razor maybe takes longer to build up. He's got to get the static
Yeah.
link going. He also has a more
And
defensive build.
Resolution wasn't at the fight too.
Very true.
He's not at a stage where the Arc Warden is able to... I mean, I guess he's actually
kind
really
of
good.
is.
He's kind of ready to fight.
He can send his illusions in with the Shadow Blade, look for those solo
But
kills on
he
support.
does not have his spot here. So
Yeah.
that's the item that is going to allow Arc Warden to play.
Yes. That's
So-
where you get that much shorter cooldown. LGD are pushing with sentries so they won't get caught by surprise by
Gosh.
that Shadow Blade.
So they still have meta up. They did not have to do that for the tier 2 at bottom. So let's see if they can actually... Because Chrono is still down. Can they actually get more out of this right now?
So do they consider something like Roshan, or is that still a bit of a ways off probably?
Not sure though. Roshan is dangerous this game because of Ice Blast. Ice
Very
Blast
true.
can be very, very problematic in the Roche pit. So unless they find a clear opportunity where they wipe the enemy team or at least get like 2 to 3 kills, I'm not sure if LGD can be very comfortable going for the Roshan in this game. Because if you look at their heroes, like when they have Chrono and Ice Blast up, you definitely do not want to do that in the Roche pit.
So with his Shadow Bladed illusion is going to go look for kills. Won't find a kill off of this. Does some damage, loses his...
That's like support nightmare, you know, Parker.
Yep.
You see an up order.
Shadow
10 plus
Blade.
double and he runs at you, then you have to buy sentries and he hits you, you're at half HP.
This is where, like, look at these LGD support net worth now, 2.3k and 2.5k. They're not going to be going up without, like, taking a lot of towers or Roshan because all their money is going to go into sentries at this point.
And they're gonna like rely on team goal at this point. They're not gonna be able to get too much because like their tri-cores this time, Magnus, Elish, both of them, all 3 of them are gonna take a lot. Chronosphere is
See.
back up, so let's see.
Charge in mid, looking for Yao on the Oracle. Getting maybe cancel here. They do need to be a little bit careful.
They have no vision,
Victoria.
so they are very, very hesitant about going in.
Yeah.
On the other hand, LGD has 1 deep ward here, so actually none of the teams have like a ward.
We are seeing Resolution try and make up for the lack of vision by split pushing. Pressure the lanes, force LGD to show themselves and defend towers, so the Tempest double pushing out bottom. Really wants that level 3 ulti as soon as possible to
Ice
minimize
Blast.
the downtime.
Ice Blast.
Should see this one.
Oh no.
Does get away. Will still get the kill, it looks like, with the Flux, and meanwhile Oracle needs to escape here. Has got the route to travel, will TP out as soon as possible.
Oh, he got stunned.
To the north, Spirit Breaker will not be so fortunate. Charge in 2, could be close. Nope.
The root. So that's a Bloodstone charge for the Lash as well. All in all, I think the trade quite even though it was like trading a position for an off lane, but because of the Bloodstone charge, I think it sort of even itself.
Very much a farming game now with CFN just throwing an ultimate to farm jungle creeps. Everything about this game does suggest we are in it for the long haul, as neither team pulling away. Just less than 1k gold lead.
I think the next objective would be Roshan, but neither team would be wanting to commit to the Rosh without like winning a fight, like getting 2 or 3 kills. And right now, talking about item-wise,
A lot of Shadow Blades is what I'm seeing.
he is getting trinkets.
Okay. Against what in particular do you feel
I
this is?
think for a static link.
Static Link? I mean, it's
Static link is the most annoying for a TB.
gonna be high. I mean, it's not normally something Razor can easily get to, but if he does, then
No,
yeah.
the talent, the level 15. Oh, okay. Usually people get the. I mean, I guess this game is warranted because of the heroes. Like usually you get the cast range. Okay, 11
Another
again. Another pick.
Chrono Ice Blast. I mean, this is very much a game of pickups, farming and pickups. Neither team wants to take the big 5-on-5 fights, and Shadow Blades are being purchased all over the place. Arc Warden has one.
Vision is going to
Void,
be very
Spirit
key in this kind of game. Getting a gem early, having sentries, observers. Like you want to have sentry. If you're against the Shadow Blades, you want to have like ob sentries at very key locations.
Victoria's TP'd in. This could be a bad spot to be. Roger behind the Shadow Amulet players there. They don't need Chronosphere. They're going to take this fight. Ame could be in some trouble here. Been caught by the time dilation, slowed down, and Resolution can be there. The Sunder can come out. He's going to die before he gets to use it. Maybe he's just going to charge into everyone, doing massive damage with the ultimate, but he's going to get burst down as well. Cold it up. He's going to respawn incredibly fast here, but he's got very few teammates to play around. Yao does not stand a chance as he gets taken out.
That was like so close for. I think LGD should have been able to take the fight if
With the
Sunder went off. With
Yeah.
and the Oracle TP in, they should have been able to take that fight because Flash Trap was dealing so much damage there.
And even if he dies, he has that second life. And if TP's still alive, it's very different.
He
but-
might not have. I think he might not have died as well. Like because if the TP sundered, they would be focusing on TP. Oracle would have
Absolutely.
been able to use the ulti on either one of them. So
It did look like even if TB got the Sunder off, he would have still probably been focused and burst down post-ultimate, but it's really hard
but
to
the
say.
dash would kill everyone else.
Yeah, exactly. It would have been much more even, maybe LGD favored fight. Very confident, aggressive play from Empire, and they are rewarded for their aggression.
Okay.
They had the vision, that's the key thing. I love the Spirit Breaker's position. He was behind the tower with a Shadow Amulet, just sitting there invis, and set that up perfectly.
This is like a dream game for Outwater. Just really winning the fight elsewhere, and you're like getting to the point where you have bots, Maelstrom, Mjolnir, and Shadowblade. These are the items that will allow the Outwarders to be everywhere, pressuring, like split pressuring the lanes, making it very difficult for LGD to move out. They're gonna have to try to stop that one.
They're looking for it. It's the Razor. Ice Blast is going to be there. Won't get a chance to BKB.
So they have to use the RP for that.
They want to get this Magnus kill and return. The blink is up in half a second. He doesn't get it off though. Gets found 11. Will get a chance to blink now thanks to the false promise and will survive as a result. I can only imagine. I always feel like I want to say that, but okay. We're right.
Isn't it like if the thing on top of the hero is green, you're gonna survive because you're taking.
Yeah, you're gaining health.
You're
then.
gaining health.
And
something
red,
like
or there's some way where you know you're. I've been told that before, and I'm always like, I'm looking for. I'm like, I don't know. Maybe it's
not
my
hard-
eyesight.
It's not 100% accurate, is it?
I think it's accurate. I think it's just hard to predict. Still, like hard to see even.
Because I'm not an oracle thing.
Yeah, I'm not an oracle picker either.
I know that my friend has spoken about it, where you can see the indicator on top of the.
I think it shows whether they're gaining health or losing health, not whether they're going to die or not. What?
So you might
my
still die if
understanding.
it's green.
No, your green means you're going to be gaining health, so you can't die if you're gaining health. Right, you'd think. Who knows? We need some oracle spammers out there of Twitch chat. I know there are probably at least just a couple of you. Yeah. Yeah, Stanking, there we go. He's fill us in. But Empire in the Roche pit, they know there's no RP. We talked about LGD playing around Chrono being down. Empire can do the same thing with RP being down. They're actually going to secure themselves Roche. The advantage for Empire got cut back a little bit with Razor going down. It was actually up to like 3 to 4k, but it's going to be regained through this Roche.
Yep, things are looking really good for Empire right now. Yeah, Arc Warden is in a stage where charge.
May have been scattered by the creep wave. They put the sentry too late. He's going to try run away from this one. Roger may have thrown away his life. He gets stunned up as well. Roger. Not the plan you were looking for. The Chrono catches too perfectly. How'd that even get the Oracle? Oh, Ghost Stick. You magical man gets a kill, but his team's still in trouble despite that. RP catches out FN. He has an Aegis, but they may try and pop him twice. He'll be coming back to life, but Arme's there with the Metamorphosis. Rezo coming in with the illusion. Wants 11. Can they fight this one? FN BKBs, but has to run. Rezo will cover for his buddy. Boy, hell he hurts. He almost kills maybe on his way out, as well as 11. Imagine if his real hero stayed. He may have died, but it looks like he could have gotten a couple kills.
This Arc Warden is a huge problem right now, and he has a BKB. Oh dear.
On Arc Warden. Yeah.
You don't really see this item on Arc Warden a lot, but it tells you that he's really confident that he's already far ahead enough that he can actually get this BKB and join the fights. Because Arc Warden, usually you are trying to stall the game out as long as you can, farming, and you keep snowballing.
Well, what we're seeing is this TB versus Arc Warden is the TB isn't killing the Arc Warden in his illusions because he's got the evasion.
FN no BKB up. Another personal charge for Lash.
He's going to get caught. The return is potentially going to come out nice. Multi-hero charge going to land here. The Kunkka initiate on it. It's Resolution with that BKB. He wants to fight. We'll start by taking down Victoria to the back. It's Ghost Stick getting another kill here. The Chronosphere not up for some time, and it does look like LGD may be okay to fight this one, but it's going to be Resolution constantly plaguing them. It's been scouted out moving forward. 11. The plan here. Resolution just going to find a TB illusion. Still sneaking around in
Oh,
looks
she's
like.
still farming the jungle.
I
here.
can't. Yeah, he just
I
walked.
can't believe
past
he's
the
still
elite.
farming.
I guess he knows, like, oh, Empire backed off, so it's,
How?
it's safe.
There's no.
It's safe.
Okay,
with
that's
it.
a vision. Okay, that's a ward
Yeah,
there.
it's
I
all-
was like, he didn't see anyone. How did he know? Okay, that's a ward. Wards around the mid lane, the ancient areas. So he saw the boy and the A walking past. Otherwise, he wouldn't. That does not make sense at all. Like he was, like, how is he farming there?
Game will continue on with it. Very close between these two teams. They're
Yep.
pretty standard stuff. You mentioned the BKB Arc Warden a bit different. The talents all look pretty standard there. Leshrac gets the plus 15 strength. I feel like that's so much. Spell Amp sounds great on Lesh, but you're not doing spell damage if you don't stay alive, and 5% is it's nothing. Ember gets 8% at level 10, you know?
Yeah, but still, sometimes there's another hero on top of my mind that actually gets. Oh, Puck gets. Oh no, Puck gets 10% at level 20.
A little bit more, but it's one of those things you see the town, you're like, it's 5% versus what, 300 health?
Sometimes you can get it if you're far ahead enough.
Winter.
5% can be a lot if you have a Shiva's
increasing.
Radiant, if you have Shivas and Radiance and a Dagon.
I'm not buying. That
Five-
means instead of that means do some, like
Well,
if you
okay,
do
no.
1,000 damage in a team fight, Winter, instead of doing 1,000 damage, you do 1,050. Is that 50 damage gonna tip the scale? I mean, it could.
Could
Don't
you
get me
know,
wrong,
like,
it could. But that's an extra 50 damage for every 1,000 damage you do.
okay, fine.
I'm not feeling it.
I'm not gonna take the 5%. Oh,
Don't take the
what?
5%.
He caught Rezo.
Yeah, we've got a BKB. That 5% won't help you there.
Oh, dust.
They're gonna likely bring him down. Rezo, he's got help in the Spirit Breaker, but it's too late. The BKB wears off and
Oh
Roger will
my
die
God.
as well.
What a play by maybe that. He was hiding in the trees,
Yep.
waiting, and he has dust. Oh my god, that was such a play. That was a game-changing move right there
This
from
is
Dash.
what the first lead of LGD. Okay, they had a lead a bit earlier on, but the game was starting to slip away from them until that big play came up.
This is the thing that you want to see from your mid player. All the polarizing mid players, they will make like some sort of opening for a team by getting a key kill like this, and they have no buyback. This might be actually Rex. It's
Only one lane because
it's a
of the
Lash
T2s.
and a Terrorblade. They're gonna get Rex.
Go for tier 4s even if they...
Oh no, he's gonna buy.
So
Oh
inclined.
no, Aquadan has no buyback actually. Only FM.
That's the big one. They really want to defend these Raxes here. The Magnus is posting up very far forward. Do they see him here? Ghost Stick is going to go on him. There is an Oracle to perhaps save his life. Yao, position to the back. He's... Yao?
There's no mana. No
Oh.
mana for Chrono.
Okay, Ghost Stick can't use the Chronosphere. This is the problem. He goes Intel Treads. He's getting some mana back now. Now he actually has it. Will he throw it out? He may be waiting for the Arc One. The Chronosphere, not great. As Ghost Stick is going to see his Rax go down. The Chronosphere wasted. No deaths in all of that. I was like, what is going on here? It even looked like Yao was just sitting at the back, not even... I guess he just knew Magnus was going to live because he wasn't worried at all. Or just seemed to say, I'll let my Magnus die. I don't need to ulti him.
As long as my Lash, Terrorblade are fine.
Yeah.
Pucker. Those are the two important
Yeah,
heroes.
eyes on the target, which was the Rax and his... You say those two cores.
Okay, so game took a big turn.
He gets a kill from one side of the map. Meanwhile, we're watching the Spirit Breaker at mid charge forward. That was Poshka doing some warding, I guess. Not sure what was going on there. And there was a Dire Ward, which looks like gave vision of him swooping on in. Definitely LGD pulling a little bit ahead following a Rax and a couple of big hit pickoffs,
I mean,
all
it's,
off of
it's
that
still not
Razor.
too big of a problem for the Arc Warden. He's going to be able to defend the lane and still have a chance to, you know, join his team because he always has the boost of travel and Temple's double. But, yep.
Shadowblade Wars. 3 heroes invised up. They do see Roger's Spirit Breaker. He has been picked perhaps one too many a time this game. The Dire Sentry was there with the Observer Ward.
I mean, that's what you do as Spirit Breaker sometimes. You run around, you scout, and you try to... You know, you try to be the one that dies to the smoke gang instead of like, let's say a Razor or the Arc Warden or someone else.
Yep.
And you try to go on some random warding mission and you die.
It's definitely a tough game to play Spirit Breaker.
I mean,
Shadowblade.
he still made a lot of like openings, I think, overall throughout the game for his team.
Yeah. And a lot of his death is like, oh, my team's going in, or my my carry Arc Warden's dying, I've got to go try and save him, you know? He's trying to be a good support. Well,
You know, life of support, you know, that's what you do.
die for your cause. Yep.
Radiant's top tower is under
Next time you're 0-10 as a support, you know, just say, "Oh, save my team." Definitely wasn't my fault. Blame the carry. That's what I'm hearing. They blame you every time for when they die, so you can blame them for your death. And so TP's in bottom, will immediately Silver Edge up with his...
Yep, so right now TB is gonna have his Monkey King bar up. That's an essential item against the Arc Warden, the field, the magnetic field. So you bypass that evasion. Roche is gonna spawn soon, so likelihood for LGD right now is finish the MKB, secure the Roche, then another set of Rex.
There was I saw one gem picked up. Okay, so it's on Miposhka now. Void actually bought it. I think as soon as that death on Spirit Breaker
too many
happened.
Shadow Blades.
And on the dire side, Sentries is still... we talked about Kunkka and Oracle not farming much, but they found enough kills, and Rax in itself is a lot of money. That's where a lot of their income came from. The team gold.
But they don't have much of a choice right now. Like, you need to keep spamming because Sentries are going to provide you. Like, Sentry Gem is going to be the key deciding factor because when you're playing a game where it's like Void against Magnus, it's going to be all about... Like,
they see him coming in 11. The charge only catches one. There is going to be another strike follow-up. The Chrono catches two, but Yao is there. He already used the ultimate, though. They could focus down the ledge. Ghostic going to BKB up. Goes on the Oracle. Wants to try and take out the support in the backlines first. 11. He will barely survive. He was down to 300 health after the Oracle False Promise to kill onto the board. Oh, no. The RP as well. Onto 2. LGD going to clean up here. The Sentry gets dropped. They'll get the Arc Warden. Razor can only scurry back to base, and they'll get a free gem out of it as well. They actually bought one before the fight, but great well-timed Sunder. The Magnus barely surviving with a couple hundred health after the false promise, and then he comes back in for that RP.
You know, like we talked about previously in this kind of matchups, like you don't want to be the first one going in most cases.
There's another RP, Winter.
The
He's
second
just caught a refresher.
Yeah, game is already over. There's no buyback.
Won't even get a chance to use it.
Again, another well played team fight from LGD, allowing them to win the game. They have a very bumpy early game, I would say, from the Magnus especially. But overall, I think everyone else they were doing the right moves, like trying to earlier when they were behind, they did the 3-2 split. 3-person always group up together. They make a few smokes. Even though I thought that it was a bit risky, the first one where they made the smoke when TB has no Metamorph and they had no RP, but they still made the move regardless because they knew that they needed to do something, pressure the map, try to make Empire respond to you. Then the other two guys are gonna be able to farm. I really like the way they had the 3-2 bit in the mid game. Maybe more towards early game as well, like when they were not doing so well in the lanes. So I think that was a really good move by LGD in the Vision battle, the Void against the Magnus.
Yeah, we saw, I think, back-to-back games where both teams put a lot of emphasis getting on those big team fighters. This game, the Void, the Magnus. Game one, we even had a bit more with the Black Holes as well.
Yeah, Arc Warden having no buybacks in the 2 occasions were really costly for Empire.
Yeah, I mean, this is a game that I think Empire will be kicking themselves a bit, like we did everything right, other than a couple of small individual mistakes. And also, I mean, credit to LGD, like maybe makes a fantastic play at bottom where he finds Arc Warden, and it's very unforgiving. It reminds me a lot of Tinker, you can go a whole game playing a perfect Tinker, you get caught once, and your team could lose a Rax.
That was the game-winning move right there, when maybe he was camping in the trees, he has a dust with him, immediately picks the Arc Warden off when he puts or travels in with the real hero down the lane to push out. That was, to me, the game-deciding move right there. That was a very good play by...
Yep. Well, again, GD have taken a series. They are 4-0 today.
They are looking so good.
Wins against Fnatic and Empire. I think on paper you could argue these are not the strongest competition for them in their group, but they're definitely not the weakest as well. They are probably kind of teams you maybe think could show up and surprise some people. But as well, LGD still have some tougher opponents awaiting them in their group.
Yeah, but
opponents
still,
like EG, for example.
This series showed that LGD are in a very, very good shape right now. First game, They had a very good early game. They closed out the game very smoothly. This game, they had a rougher early game, but they were still able to find a way and claw themselves back into the game by making all those
Yep.
moves.
Do you think coming to this TI, I think as far as the Chinese season goes, they have a lot of teams coming to TI, a very strong region. Was this is probably their strongest contender right now?
You mean LGD?
Yeah, LGD.
I think LGD and LGD FY they are pretty close.
Yep.
But if you want me to play someone that is stronger, I think I would probably lean towards LGD, the main
Okay.
team, because they won MDL, they beat FY.
Yeah.
But it was FY winning the first 2 games. Then after that, LGD. If it was a best of 3, then Forever Young would have actually won MDL.
To me, it's either I would say either LGD or Newbie. I think Newbie may be a bit too consistent, but they don't have those like really high peaks. But
I think both of the LGD games have a higher understanding about how to play. They are all really strong, but I think both the LGD teams, they are a bit better in terms of I like their strategy more and the way they play the game. Whereas Newbie, they make bigger like clutch plays. They make more of the clutch plays to win the game. But I think overall strat wise, I think both the LGD teams have better strats and
Okay.
picks.
got another game coming up next. Let me take a look at what we will be casting here on Stream 3. I think it's Execration versus VP
C Dota?
versus CIS Dodo. Some good fun.
CIS Dota is the C of Europe, right?
Yeah, in some ways. I mean, I think VP, it's one of those things where VP kind of go against the grain. They play a lot more calculated. They don't go diving as much. They pressure opponents rather than dive towers.
Yeah, actually, how times have changed. Every time we talk about a CIS team in the past, or from a CIS region, Navi, the old Empire,
Mhm.
we always talk about the aggression, the way they run at you. But right
Yeah.
now, so much has changed.
I mean, even you look at the Chinese scene. If you go back many years, it was the more farm-oriented Dota, but now every